That's it.
Hey, what's going on, world? It's me again, Ethan Smith, aka Big Sarge. Let me turn this music down real quick because I feel like everybody can hear it. Little bit, little bit. Okay, my bad. Big Sarge, large and in charge, and my one and only self, taking myself up off the shelf to discover my greatest wealth. You know what time it is? It's that time of the week where it's grunt speak. You know what I mean? Speak grunt. I'm just not gonna let that grunt speak go, Whiskey Charlie. I know I talked to you a little bit later, but y'all know what it is, man. It's another wonderful Sunday where we speak in grunts and we talking in a certain way about how to get through life and how to do things right. So what I need y'all to do for me is take this opportunity to tag somebody, share it with somebody today, drop something down in the comments, give us something that you got to say, let us know you there. By grunts, for grunts. Everybody welcome. Everybody cannot and will not be a member. Have to serve that, hold that certain identifier. 11B 0311. You just got to be infantry or support the infantry, be connected to the infantry, believe in the infantry in some way. You know what I'm saying? Everybody welcome, but everybody cannot, will not be a member. Whiskey Charlie, how you been doing over there? You about good to go, or you taking a little time to get back in your zone? I see you.
Well,
What's that? Texas never runs on your shirt. Woo-wee. Whiskey Charlie bleed the red, white, and blue. You know what it do for Whiskey Charlie. How you been, brother?
oh man, living life, man. Hey, I can't complain. As they always say, when I hear it at my workplace, even if you complain, ain't nobody care anyway. Say, just suck it up and keep moving on. It's what we've heard in our military life anyway. So that's what I do, man. Hey, but I really, I really don't. I can't say anything really sucks in my life right now. I got my family. Just got my daughter signed up for ballerina classes, so get her out there and get her to explore that. She's going to be starting school next month, so first year in school. So I mean, it's kind of a shocker to me. Of course, time's going by fast. So pretty exciting, but same time scary at the same time for me, man. Because now Dad's got to really step up the game for these little kids who want to try to come over here and date my daughter. I don't have to wipe these upside the head. You know what I'm saying?
Come on,
Hey,
Whiskey Charlie, don't do
hey,
him like that already.
hey, look. You just imagine this, right? Hey, whenever she gets older, like, hey, Dad was so crazy, he knocked out a 5-year-old. He's gonna knock out a 15, 18-year-old kid. So just gonna throw that out there. He's nuts. So don't mess around with him.
No, I'm with you right there, man. I'm just picking on you right now because I understand that feeling and I understand that vibe as a parent. Because I tell my kids all the time, man, I'll fight a kid like on
Oh
sight.
yeah. Well, knock that little bitch out. You better call your parents.
Whiskey Charlie, you gonna get us put off the air, but I hear you. I feel that. Well, they ain't gonna put us off of here. I
But
guess.
no,
But no, I feel that. I feel you. That's a pivotal moment in a big change in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like it kind of goes with the topic in so many words. We talking about boots on the ground, our first experience, like 30th AG, getting into the military, or maybe whatever your AG is. We just talking about 30th, but when I went to Leonard Wood, it was 43rd. I know everybody on here not infantry, and that's okay. Maybe you're not even military, but talking about boots on the ground your first time, and right now we just jokingly but seriously talking about if you got to rough some kid up for messing with your kid. And your daughter, she putting boots on the ground for the first time. You used to being a protector and having everything in order, knowing what's going on at your house. Now she going out in sector, and you don't got a lot of control over that.
oh, that's what they think. I don't have a lot of control on it. Hey, look,
I mean,
Daddy's saving all the tricks for later on. Daddy's just going to surprise the hell out of all of them.
not like that. You don't have control. I mean, I know you're gonna put all protective measures in place. You know what I'm saying? From your tracking of your phones to maybe your work schedules where you pick her up and you drop her off and all sorts of little things. You know what I'm saying? Like I get that. We all have that mindset to protect to the utmost of our abilities. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the harsh reality is you can't always do it. You prepare for it as best you can and you react to it however you do. But I get what you're saying because I'm going to protect mine too. But I also understand that they're going
Yeah,
to be out here in this
kids
world
gonna be kids. Yeah.
just like we was out here in this world. We made it through, so will they. Just, hey, teach her how to box. I know she probably know how to shoot, so teach her how to box.
Hey, look, hey, that's one thing in the near future. But right now, I want to give her an opportunity to choose what she wants to do. So
Yeah.
when I started ballerina, she's talking about after that she wants to do gymnastics, but I'm gonna let her try whatever she wants to, and whatever she feels comfortable. I'm gonna let her just keep driving with it, whatever she feels like she's gonna be successful at. So I know that whatever she chooses, I want her to be excited about it, so she dedicates herself to it. I.e., me choosing the infantry. I mean, I didn't choose infantry, but kind of chose me at the same time. But
Mm-hmm.
hey, I enjoyed it. It's something that I was really into, and I definitely don't regret a single moment of it. So that's definitely a piece that I would say that kind of correlates. So with my daughter, so I'm hoping that she finds something that she's really interested into. I mean, they say that kids that are in multiple sports while they're in school or whatever else learn how to balance out their life or can do multitasking a lot easier than what people that don't allow their kids to do that type of stuff. So I want her to challenge herself, and I want to put her in as many activities as possible to keep her occupied as much as possible.
That makes a whole lot of sense. And those are some very factual points. And I think a lot of parents don't get that nowadays. You have to let your kid choose and let them discover what they're like, what they're into, what they want to do. And that's really how you get the best version out of them. And your main thing at that point is to be a support system. So I hear you loud and clear. I'm just picking at you when I say teach her how to box. I know she's gonna be protected anyway, but yeah, that's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? Like my daughter loved making science experiments, and she used to take all of the shampoos and detergents and stuff because she was watching on YouTube how to make her slime and all that little cool stuff. And it's like
Oh yeah.
you cannot get mad at that because she learned. And besides, mom is a couponer,
Oh
so
yeah.
it's like
Oh yeah,
you
dude.
know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You have an opportunity, but if you stop that, if you don't let them put the boots on the ground and start to take steps forward and moving forward on what to do and how to figure it out, you're right. They'll never be successful. They'll just be living a life that most regular people live.
Oh yeah. Definitely. Like, hey, you got to. Again, I want her to choose because again, if you let them choose, they're more dedicated to that task, and they're more often to stay dedicated to things. So I want her to be able to be happy with what her choices are, and then that's gonna correlate, of course, later on with life though too. Hey,
Mhm.
you gotta let her choose, and if she's happy with it, she's gonna keep rolling with it, and she's gonna be more dedicated. If you make the decision for her, then she may not want to do it, and then she'll be sneaking out doing all kinds of the crazy stuff. So I'd rather her to be happy. I'm gonna let her have her freedom, but with restrictions, of course. And just like the
Mhm.
military, hey, we get put in situations that they allow us to have our freedom, but with stipulations. So that's the same thing I'm gonna have.
So before we get too far into this, protecting our children, because I know we can just let it flow, I want to continue what we built on last week. And that's talking about that 1 minute win and that 1 minute war. And what do you feel like besides your daughter getting ready to go off to school and you seeing that next stage in life? And I didn't even know you said, hey, Daniel Scano, I don't even see no comments on my side of the box.
He's he's watching.
Oh, yeah. Anyhow, well, thank you for doing that, taking care of it like you do, because I don't even see that stuff. But anyhow, um, um, talking about your daughter and things like that. And God dog it, I lost my train of thought. Anyhow, 1 minute win, 1 minute war. That's where we was at. 1 minute win, 1 minute war. What is it that you find yourself that you may have been warring with this week? What have you won at this week? And anybody down there, Sergeant Major Scano, that's who that is, if that's the person that I know. Um, what have you war with this week? What have you won at? Or anybody down there in the chat? So what you got, Whiskey Charlie?
Uh, I say what I'm at war with is, of course, I would say, balancing my activities at home. I think my war is my ADHD. I would say is completing my task 100% before I move on to the next. Right now, I got about 100 projects going on around my house. I know you called me this morning, but I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning. I already started painting my house, and then I've already got 2, 3 other projects that I was supposed to be doing. So war is just, of course, prioritizing and making sure I'm getting the right things done. Uh, where I'm winning at, I would say that winning at is that uh, I would say that I'm winning currently. This last week, I was winning at this my dedication to work. I would say my dedication work at work, and of course at my home. I feel like I'm getting better wins at home and balancing it out. I know I said last week that I needed to balance out my work and my life, and I feel like this last week that I actually spent more time with my kids, and found the time also to work. But I learned that that also relates into this week as, man, I'm doing half projects and starting to jump into another one. But yeah, I would say that would be my win would be uh, getting spend more time with my girls, and that's what matters most to me. Spend time with my family.
That's dope. That's real good right there. I don't know. What am I warring with this week? Family, bruh. I've been having to deal with a lot with my dad and learning a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a beef because you love family, but it's just the things that you go through and you see the things that you see family going through without getting into so much detail. And it's like you don't always have the remedy to fix it. You don't always have the finances to fix it. Even if you do have the finances, you don't have the emotional, you know what I'm saying, capacity to fix what they're going through. And as a man, that's sometimes difficult when you see family, and I ain't talking about immediate family, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about family you born into. You just anybody you see somewhat possibly being taken advantage of, you know what I'm saying? In any shape, form, or fashion. Or sometimes, when you're building your own family, it becomes a conflict because you're looking to build your family, but still be supportive of the family that you was born into. So it's a war, it's a tussle, it's a back and forth sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But also, my victory in that, my win also is being able to help family, being loving enough. Oh, I heard.
uh,
Hey, I know Big Sarge on the wall got my 6, but
Squirrel.
yeah. I have to get set up because right now I got my back to my window and not to my kitchen. And so you know how it goes. So anyhow, that was a real moment. Big Sarge still working on some stuff. PTSD is real, y'all. That's why we doing this show for real. But that was my win in family too. Seeing how family comes together, seeing how we get it done, seeing how we make it happen, and knowing that I have the capability and ability to continue to get it done, no matter how ugly situations may look sometimes. Just continue to get it done. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, on top of that, I completed one of my speeches that I needed to write this week, and I sent it off to one of my coaching people, partners, counterparts, and they was just, congratulating me on what it looked like and how impressed they were. So it was like, even with all I had going on, that was a goal that I had set for myself, and I completed it. So my wins is, in those areas. And then, yeah, yesterday I came home after all I had to do with family, and I just sat on the couch and watched my son play video games, and that was a real relaxing, good time. And that was something that I hadn't done in a while, and just remembering and the importance of it all, slowing down, seeing it. But that was it, man. That was our wins. That was our wars. What's up, Sean Connor? You must see these people watching on Facebook, right, Whiskey Charlie?
Yeah. That's why I got the second. I got my tablet, aka my daughter's tablet, that I'll watch the show on, so I'll see who's chiming in and stuff like that. So, make sure I give a shout out to the ones out there watching us, and also just if you're watching us, also don't forget to like, share, comment, chime in, let us know what you feel.
That's pretty interesting too. That's weird to me because I used the okay, there we go. See, I can see Sean Connor's what's up, Sean? I could see his comments, but I couldn't see Escano's. That was like, that's weird because I usually see comments. But anyhow, thank you for holding that down like you always do, Whiskey Charlie. But moving right along, we're doing great
Boots on ground.
Right. Not even before we get the boots on ground. Significant events this week. You know, I just heard that it was a fight last night and Conor McGregor got his leg broke.
Bro. Oh, man. Hey.
Did you see the fight? I didn't even know it was last night.
I didn't get to see it. I got to watch the aftermath, and I got to watch the memes that were flowing through on the fight, and it was just like crazy as shit, man. Like to see his legs snap, and then old dude that he was fighting against was like, "Yeah, I'm the one that did that." And then Conor McGregor came out and says like, "Hey, like your wife is DMing me. Like, what's up, bitch?"
I read some notes on that. Like, I did not. Public service announcement, real moment, honest moment, right? Transparency. Once I seen that they was talking about his leg got broken, I haven't watched the fight, the highlight to even see. Because I usually, if I know McGregor fought, I'll go back and watch the highlights on YouTube. But once I read a caption first that talked about Conor McGregor leg got broken. He was sitting on the ground like in this cast or whatever it looked like he had on. I've seen enough broken bones to know that I'm squeamish enough. I don't want to see it right away, but at the same time, I want to see it. I
do the same thing.
Yeah,
as I'm talking about it, my leg is hurting me right now.
So in that moment, bro. In that moment, I didn't want to see it, but I'm gonna go back and watch it now just to see. But anyhow, significant events this week, man. You know, Gervonta Davis fought like a week or so ago. That was a pretty good fight. Barrios was a warrior, but man, to hear a great like that, a legend like that, you know, say what you want to say about Conor McGregor. He is considered to be a great and a legend in the sport. He changed a lot for UFC. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, he's the Allen Iverson of UFC. He brought that style. He brought that funk. He brought that shit talking.
Yeah, he copied. Yeah. I'm not gonna say he copied, but he's like a Floyd Mayweather. That's it. He mocks that style. Like Floyd Mayweather, when he was Pretty Boy Floyd, he didn't talk as much stuff as he talks now. Like when Conor McGregor started making money, then he started talking trash.
Yeah.
And then he just went bananas after he switched over and fought Floyd Mayweather and made all that money.
Oh, yeah. They made fucking killer money, bro.
He went bananas. But anyhow, it's going to be interesting to see how he bounced back from that. How, as you say, how he'll be able to stand on solid ground then. How he's going to feel when he put boots on the ground, bare feet on the ground, back in the octagon, transitioning right into, I'm about to. You putting boots on the ground, bare feet, Jordans, Air Ones, flip-flops, Vans, stride right, whatever shoes you was wearing when you showed up at 30th AG. When you put boots on the ground, what did your mind, your stomach say to you? Because it's about midnight. And you stepped on those bright yellow feet. What was you thinking?
Bro, it was
on the ground.
Hey, bro, it was a late night for us when we were at a 30th AG, and they flown me from Virginia down to Georgia, of course. And when I flown down there, like it was my first flight ever, so I was already terrified as it is. I'd never been on a plane flight, but once I put my foot on the ground, get out there and get on that bus over there, and I was already, of course, I was part of a military family, so I was already mentally trying to challenge myself. Okay, let's go. Justin, you can do this. Tell myself, right? And I'm going through all this stuff, and I'm like, okay, this is not too terribly bad when I'm getting off the bus and getting yelled at, because I'm used to getting yelled at. I always got in trouble when I was younger, anyway. So getting yelled at and getting called names, hey man, that was just another day for me. But I think what really was a challenging piece is getting in there and getting blamed for everybody else's mistakes and stuff like that. I think that was the biggest challenge for me in 30th AG. And then, of course, keeping you awake. I think we stayed awake for at least almost 48 hours before we even got to lay down, because, going through and getting your shots, getting your bunk, getting your equipment and stuff, all that, they keep you awake the whole time. And then, you try to fall asleep and they smoking the dog shit out of you.
Yeah. My experience was different. My experience was a cakewalk. My experience was a letdown. My experience was unusual, and it was unexpected. Reason being is because when I showed up, it was about the Did I show up? Yeah, it was about the classic midnight, but I don't know if I showed up on the bus with everybody else. No, I did. I did show up, and I got out, and this dude said, "Get your bags, get off the bus, get your bags off the bus, and give me a single file line and walk into the door." Nobody was there to yell at me or say anything crazy when I got to 30th AG. I said, you got to be freaking kidding me. So I just knew once we got inside the building, it was going to go crazy, right? Nope. They sat us all down on those benches that's right there when you first come in, those little seats and everything that's facing this way.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, the fun is about to begin, because I started seeing other drill instructors, moving through and about, but not coming there yet. And then this guy took out a roster and started calling off a couple names. And as he called guys' names, he was telling them to fall out over here and go with this guy, this specialist somebody. And then he called my name, Smith. And I kind of looked around like, no fucking way. I've been here before. Like, why is
which one of you motherfuckers was Smith?
Yeah, I'm like, why is he calling me? But I'm like, yep, that's me. He told me to fall out over there with the rest of those guys, right?
I must be the honor student here.
Yeah, I was. Because
over here.
I was the honor student. Come to find out, all of us guys was the prior service guys. So we walked right out of 30th AG diagonally across the street, and they had some trailers over there. Yeah. And we went and stayed in the prior service barracks, went to bed that night, was told just to wake up, go to chow, and show up at 08 from Drill Sergeant Drake or something like that. And he gave us a sheet of paper and said, you walk through the front of the line and go get yourself processed in.
Oh, shit. Bro, I went through look, as soon as we got off the ground, they smoked the shit out of us, and then they took us to chow. And from chow, they took us into started getting information, of course, getting all that stuff. And we had people falling asleep while they're sitting on the benches, because they had all those benches lined up inside. Yep. And then you're all sitting there in your fucking army fucking marshmallow fucking jogging suits, because it was of course colder at the time. So, and then they're like, okay, everybody get lined up for haircuts. And even if you had a shaved head, your ass was in there getting shaved again. They didn't give a shit. Everybody's getting shaved right now. Everybody getting shaved. Hey, high speed, you bald. Guess what? We're gonna shave your head anyways. You're getting your head shaved. Everybody's getting their head shaved.
Everybody getting shaved because we paid a barber to shave heads.
Exactly, bro. And then from that point, they took us on over and started us in the processing, and then getting us in line for our uniforms, measuring us and getting our backgrounds and everything else checked. I'm like, holy shit, like. And then they're like, hey, you better stay the fuck awake. And if you got falling asleep, everybody got smoked. So everybody was like, hey, if you caught the person left or right of you sleeping, hey, tap them on the shoulder. Man. Hey, wake the fuck up, bro. Like, I ain't about to do push-ups. I'm tired already, man. Like, I know you're tired. We've been up for 24 hours. Let's go. And I think I was talking to you prior to this, but man, we had some people that was not ready was not ready. He wasn't ready at all. Because I'm telling you what, we had a guy that tried to hang himself with bed sheets. Bed
At
sheets
30th?
within the first 48 hours there.
Wow.
When they first put us in there, and they put two personnel on guard duty on him, and he had to wear, of
On
course,
suicide watch.
Yep, they put
Can
him
you get some
on.
juice? Hold on, I'm in the middle of the show. Can you ask somebody else to get you some juice? All right, you just gonna roll out like that? Cool. My twin, my little nephew. But go ahead.
They put him on suicide watch, and they put him with the old. Of course, again, he had the old army marshmallow jumpsuit on, and it had a PT belt. Our PT belt was famous. Anywhere you go, you had the PT belt on you. Either you were just straight up, hey, look, watch for this dumbass right here with the PT belt on. And they had him march around with two personnel watching him at all fucking times.
Wow.
Yeah. And I remember, man, we had quite a few. Of course, being in Georgia, I was probably like one of the few white guys that was there. But I remember one of our drill sergeants yelling out, "Hey, you guys, all you white boys is out there." Again, just a handful of us. It's like, "Hey, make sure you wash your hot spots, and then for you white boys, make sure you hit your backside of your neck."
Wow.
Yeah. And then remember getting the old peanut butter shot in the ass. The old peanut butter shot. And I was on that top bunk, and they're like, "Hey, go back to your barracks and go ahead and go back to sleep." So we went to go back. I went to go to sleep. I couldn't even get up on the bunk because it was so fucking painful to me. So I just ended up pulling my damn mattress to the floor and slept on the floor on my mattress. Yeah, I could lift my leg that high, bro. Like, nah.
No, wow, man.
Scoop that bitch down.
30th AG, man, for me, again, like I said, putting boots on the ground there. Once I went into that prior service barracks and they gave us the sheet to go do what we wanted to do, we were pretty much, we had freedom. After 5 p.m., we was off. Sean Connor say, "What's the peanut butter shot?"
Oh, man. Hey, Sean, the peanut butter shot is a shot that we got line in
the penicillin shot.
Yeah, it's a penicillin. Well, I don't know if it's penicillin shot. It may be, but I can't remember exactly.
That's the one they give you in the butt cheek, and it's ice cold.
Well, it's ice cold, but when you reach down, they call it peanut butter shot. Is because when you reach down, you go to feel it, feels like they got a chunk of peanut butter in your rear end, and you go to feel it, and it feels like that peanut butter in your ass.
Or not, you got to massage it out like chunky peanut butter.
Yeah, exactly, bro. And that was one of the worst shots. I remember lining up in the line, and they're like, "All right," they hitting me on both arms. I'm like, "Okay." They're like, "All right, go over there, pull down your pants." I'm like, "Hold up, wait a minute. I haven't been tested for colon cancer yet, so I guess I go ahead and do this, even though I'm only 20 years old. But let me go ahead and get in line for this." And they go in there and they hit me with that peanut butter shot, and I think I limped out of there for a few minutes.
Dude, we had guys pass out from that shot. Like, it was a dude sitting next to me. He's like, "Oh, dude, I'm about to go." I'm like, "What?" "I'm about to go, dude." And he just wham! I was like, "Oh."
No.
Yeah, so that peanut butter shot, that penicillin shot in the butt cheek, man, that shot was rough. That part of boots on the ground, and I got that in I think I got that. I didn't get that at 30, if I don't think. Yeah, I did. But I didn't go through the line like everybody else did. You know what I'm saying? I had it before, but in 99, that's how. And 99, of course, when I went to go active duty, that's why when I went back through basic training, although I didn't complete my whole active duty term, when I went back to basic training to go infantry, because I had an option, I didn't have to go. But I'm like, yeah, I want to go because this supposed to be the infantry. Let's see. But when I got the 30th AG, I didn't know that they was going to pull me in a prior service barracks. So that's how once I got off the bus with everybody else. But as soon as we got inside of reception and they started doing like a roll call before the smoke sessions took off to make sure who they got there.
Yeah.
They called us out and sent us to the prior service barracks. The specialist that was like in charge or whatever, you know what I'm saying, at the time was like, "Yo, this the breakdown. Once we get to the barracks, we rack out." Because it's 1 o'clock in the morning. child start at 05 or 06. You know what I'm saying? You got to be at child. We got to meet drill. We got to meet Sergeant Drake at 07, 30, 08. You know what I'm saying? And that's that. And once we met him at 08, he was like, yo, here go your marching orders. Go get it done. Don't really come back to me without it done. After that, do you. Like, we was going to the PX. They was buying cigarettes. We was doing all type of
stuff. Damn.
Then,
look, hey.
It was 5 of us. It was 5 of us that came in together. And no. Yeah, it was 4 of us. Wood, me, Davis, and this other, I think it was 5, but this other kid is Aguirre. He was not from America. Let's just say that. I don't remember his nationality. He was not from America, but we were all together, and we all went to our unit together, all prior service to one basic training to one unit, and got inserted in the week 4 BRM.
Wow. Yeah, inserted in week 4. Like once we got with the 30th AG, and with you were kind of talking about certain things going on, but I remember when we got into basic, of course they won't allow any sweets.
Yeah,
we weren't allowed anything candy wise, whatever else. But you talking about going out and getting what you want, cigarettes and stuff like that. I remember one of the things that we end up doing is we end up buying a shitload of cough drops and using it as a piece of candy because it was something sweet, something different.
Mouthwash to get drunk.
Just.
But you know what? You made a very valid point right there. So we talk about the things, and we just talking about really when we talking about boots on the ground, we really not even. We talking about your first experience, but we really not just talking about your first experience with 30th AG. When we talk about boots on the ground, we talking about boots on the ground and really some of everyday life too. Some things that you experience, boots on the ground in a new career, boots on the ground in your marriage, overcoming some type of obstacle, or maybe boots on the ground in a new opportunity, boots on the ground with Whiskey Charlie and his daughter getting ready to go to school when school start back. So we're not just talking about 30th AG. We really, of course, y'all know we're using that metaphorically, but to transition from 30th AG, like, what was that like putting boots on the ground once you got back home from, maybe basic training, maybe your first deployment, your first active duty station, your first National Guard weekend. And then not only what was it like when you put boots back on the ground with your family? What is it that you took from that experience that helps you continue to go on every day and not be like the dude who, no offense, sorry, not sorry, we all come from different backgrounds, but to be like the dude who wanted to hang himself in 2 days? Like, what does that look like in your everyday life now, putting boots on the ground?
Well, I can definitely see where, the difference in between, as they call us, nasty girls or National Guard and active. I know as a National Guard member, I was, getting back from basic training, first boots on the ground, of course, as in going back home was the come back and establish, making sure I have a job first, I make sure I have a home and then job, make sure those 2 things are priority and everything else was going to fall into play. Come back and make sure that I was doing the right thing. And when I got back, of course, I was still young at the time, so I ended up coming back home. And then, my mom at the time, she told me, she's like, "Well, you're grown right now and you're acting grown." So she ended up, my mom ended up moving out of the house, moving in with her boyfriend, and leaving me with my 2 younger brothers. And I invited one of my friends over, and end up he come over and help me pay some bills and stuff like that. And I was working at an Italian restaurant right at the moment of time, and ended up living there for a while, for a short period of time, really. And then my dad called me up one time. It's like, let's move to Texas. So packed up, ended up moving to Texas. That's how I came as part of the Texas Army National Guard. And since I got down here, within like 6 to 8 months, that's when I went on my first deployment. And that's where I met up with Big Sarge over here.
Nice. You a super green then, Whiskey Charlie.
Yeah, yeah,
Super
yeah.
duper.
Well,
Yeah.
not as super green as if you remember old Tweedle. Tweedle he
Oh,
left
man.
he left basic training straight into fucking the deployment.
How could I not meet Tweedle, the my lovingly, unsure me whether he was racist or not driver, but who would go to the end of the world and back for you? Like,
Yeah.
he was like taming a wild boar. But I will say this: Tweedle had a respect for me because I had a respect for him, who he was as a person, and I would do the work that I needed to do. I never had a real problem out of Tweedle at all. Like, I didn't, but he shit to me. I didn't know if he was borderline racist and would hang me sometimes if I was over in his neighborhood at the wrong time of day. But in Iraq, oh, I was good to go, especially when I seen him put that IP on the Rhino. I was like,
I hey, look, hey, like I can say this much. I was definitely blessed, or God was looking out for us, because I think the our squad leaders that we had that we went overseas with is that we had a pretty squared away squad that had their experience and stuff like that. So, and then of course, our platoon leaders, they had pretty good experience. But I do recall, and he's probably not watch it today, but he'll probably watch it later on. But with an LT that whenever we first put our boots on ground overseas, that was calling for formation when we're receiving mortar on the very first day. I don't know if it was LT or if it was a captain, but
I thought it was what's the name?
Smart.
I got to say the name in order for you to remember because I ain't able to describe him. But I thought that was Sergeant. I thought that was all Dorit.
No, the first person that was calling, I want to say it was either Smart or
no, they weren't Captain Smart.
Okay, then I thought it was one of our LTs that was saying it, because I was like, okay.
Was it Dennison?
No, it was not Dennison. Well, it could have been Dennison. It could have been Dennison.
He was in the top at the time. But anyhow, yeah.
He's fresh butter bar.
That was either Dennison or Grimkowski didn't go with us. That was either Dennison.
No, Grimkowski was overseas with us.
Grimkowski wasn't with us.
Yes, he was.
Who? Lieutenant Grimkowski?
Oh, okay,
You're talking about Grand
First Sergeant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I know it was another lieutenant that we had, though. I just can't remember his name. He kind of looked like a white version of Deputy Dog. Like he was just a real funny, goofy dude. But anyhow,
yeah.
So Tweedle, because we were talking about boots on the ground, and you were saying you wasn't as fresh as Tweedle and things like that. But we get so far off topic. But because we could go there and just let it go. I want to attempt to keep this train on the tracks to this time. But at every stage of our lives, you know what I'm saying? Training, doing battle drill 1, battle
Lansbury.
drill 1
Lounsbury.
That was LT. Yeah, he did that. Oh yeah.
I must say, I don't know if it was him, but I remember him being over there with us. So that was the other LT, Lounsbury.
Yeah, let's just call out some names then. Let's put it on him because he's the same PL that talks junk about beat me in the foot race after my rollover accident when I had a brace on. He's the type of person that'll brag on racing no offense, a disabled child and win it. He would probably push him out the chair.
Oh shit. No.
He's not that bad, but me and him was super competitive, man. And he always talked junk. You know what I'm saying? Like his claim to fame was his boots on the ground. I think he said he caught a 6-yard or a 7-yard pass from Drew Brees when they played at Purdue together. And he used to always give me and Davis. You remember Davis, Sergeant Davis?
Yeah.
He used to always give me and Davis a hard time because I was a huge Michigan fan, still am. Yep. And Davis was an Ohio State fan. And the year that Lounsbury was at Purdue, one of the years he was at Purdue, was the year that Drew Brees was there and he caught the pass from Drew Brees. And that was the year and the last time that they beat both Michigan and Ohio State in the same year. So through the whole deployment, he would just talk trash.
Hey, it wasn't like when look, he can talk all trash he wanted to, but at least he didn't get wrapped up and put on the first sergeant's porch over there whenever we did our squad battles. Remember we hog tied his ass up and put him on it.
Yep, I sure do. I sure do. But yeah, man, and it's so funny that we talk about that now and just thinking back. When you think about that, think about how your life has changed and you've transitioned to this set of boots on the ground, because that was like 11 years ago now. Actually, I want to say it made 11 years. Fuck. Not exactly to the day, but we left Iraq right around July the 4th because we got out of there early.
Yeah. Yeah, we only did, I think it was only like 7-8 months that we were there.
6-7 months. Yep. We got there in December. In July, we were gone.
Yep.
We literally got to the country of Iraq, I want to say a couple of days before Christmas. In July, we were gone.
I think technically it was like December 15th or something like that. I don't know why that date comes to mind, but December 15th or something like that. But I do remember you smoking a dog shit out of me a couple of times because I opened my big mouth on this social media about potentially coming home. You're like, hey, don't be saying anything. I said I won't. And then I went back and said something. I remember you pulling me out in the fucking sand pit, smoking, me throwing up all over the goddamn place. You, Sergeant Carl, and fucking Corporal Gates.
Where was we at? Because I'm vaguely remembering this now. I'm seeing it now, but where was we at the time? Where we
were on base. We're at our barracks, but y'all took me out to a little sandpit area. Yeah, they took me to a little sandpit area out there, and I remember fucking throwing up. That's what I recall. When you're like, hey, what the fuck did I tell you? I was like, God.
Yeah. Me, Corporal Gates, and fucking Carl Wayne Bishop.
The only dude with 3 first names.
Man, we were 3. Yeah. As team leaders, we could be some terrorists.
Oh, yeah.
We could be some terrorists, but then so could do Paulo if you made him mad. He was, that age was a little bit crazy. And he was calm when he was smoking you.
Hey, Thomas is down here. He said, I'd rather get smoked than do paperwork any day.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was 2010 when we came home, but it was 2009 when we left. Yep. And yeah, Thomas can take a smoke session like nobody's business. And after you get done, he gonna get up. Once he get boots back on the ground, he gonna walk away and smoke a cigarette. Yeah, man. But it's interesting now, again, before I run us off topic, that was 11 years ago. And to see where we're at now and what we're doing now at this age and stage of our life, how we still show up every day as we continue to put boots on the ground to stand up for our family and, still attempt to figure it out, man. It's like land nav. Everybody said they had it, didn't fucking have it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you can say you have it all you want to. If you didn't practice that thing on a daily basis, man, you were fucking way the fuck off. I felt like I was comfortable with land nav, and then 2 weeks later, they like, okay, we're doing land nav. Of course, I'm like, oh fuck, like, let's go ahead and get my ass. Oh, wait, hold up. What was first here? Okay, I'm going to start looking at this. Okay, there's a mountain right there. I know that's right. I got the mountain here. It's right here.
Yep, absolutely. But yeah, man, now I'm coming back and actually putting boots on the ground and just like where we at now and where we at today is like, how do you, I think with showing up at 30th AG, or really for me, my real first experience is when I showed up at 43rd AG when I went to be a combat engineer. That's when I had the experience that you described at 30th AG.
Yeah.
So For me, getting the 30th, I kind of had the cheat code, then didn't even know I had it. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
exactly.
And
Yep,
didn't even
yep.
know I had the cheat code, but I had the cheat code, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but fast forward now and getting back into life and looking at boots on the ground and where we at now and how you showing up every day in life and continuing to build and get better. You know what I'm saying? And giving it back now. It's like, although you have rough days, it's like, how do you find yourself to get out of your own way to just keep showing up? You
Yeah.
know, you have to figure out that way. It's almost like a near ambush. It's a turn and burn. It's like going back to the book that we getting back into next week. Because Whiskey Charlie, he gonna order it. I ain't mean to put him out there, but he ordering his audio book. Anyhow, he
Yeah, I
got
gotta
the
order
hard
my.
copy.
Yeah.
He got the hard copy. So cool. But anyhow, it's about even talking about when he put boots on the ground and how fast he moved up in rank. You know what I'm saying? Because of the things that was happening every day. You know, lieutenant dead, squad leader dead, platoon sergeant dead. But every day that you wake up and you put boots on the ground, somebody might fall by the wayside, and you have to figure out how to accomplish the mission of your life. Like, you have to figure out how to accomplish the mission in your life. That's all the Army really taught you overall is how do you just fight through and accomplish the mission? Because there's going to be a bunch of bullshit thrown your way. To hurry up and wait, to constantly losing paperwork, to show up for the formation after the formation. Like,
Hey, look.
it's showing you
Hey,
how to
Big Sarge.
overcome stuff.
Hey, and not only that, it also trained us that how other people will affect your life if you if you don't help them out, you know, because when you're in basic, they trained you, hey, one person fucks up, everybody fucks up, right? So
Yeah.
in life, when you get that boots on the ground in life, you know what? Hey, me as a being assistant manager and management, and at retail that I'm at or anything else, right, is
Mm-hmm.
or doing things I'm doing, it's about how you coach and train and help everybody else around you to make yourself even more successful, because you're only successful as a group, you know, as a team. You can be successful as a team, as an individual, but
Mm-hmm.
you're even more successful as a group. As me and my family, I can say that, hey, I'm doing all this stuff great, but I can't do it without my wife. I can't do it without my kids, you know. The boots on the ground wise, hey, they're the one hey, they're the boots, that they're the one that's establishing my feet to keep me from getting hurt, to keep me from doing anything I ain't supposed to be doing. So I would say that ultimately, you know, they trained me to, you know, rely on the person that are left and right of me, and to left and right of me right now at this moment in time is my family, is my wife, is my kids, you know, and I rely on them every day, every second, every breath.
Them your battles right there, man. Like, them your
Yep.
battles. And like, that's why when we talk about, when we say by grunts for grunts, everybody welcome, but everybody cannot, will not be a member. But this is not just for the actual grunt himself, it's for the family. Because like you said, that's what your boots is. You might just be the feet that's in the boots taking the steps. But that's
Yep.
your support system, is what Whiskey Charlie was saying. And you really, that's what the Army showed us for real. I mean, however you want to look at it, and it took a lot for it to beat into you, because it was one team, one fight. And when they said an army of one, they wasn't talking about one individual. They was talking about damn drumline, one band, one sound. An
One group,
army of
one,
one.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you didn't understand that the whole breaking everybody down and be equal was to build you up to be one. And in society, they like to break you down and help and make us think that we need to be all individuals. No, like Thomas said in the comments, teamwork make the dream work. Michael Jordan didn't win till he got with the right team. Kobe Bryant took him 3-4 years to win after Shaq was gone, or maybe even longer, till he built the right team. Like, you got to put your feet in a solid boots. You got to put your boots on the ground with a team of individuals who want to build you. It's like when you run squad competitions, when you run platoon battles, platoon wars. You get with a group of guys in your platoon or in your squad who you know gonna go to the end of the world with you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that in life. When you want to move forward in life, you will start putting your boots in the ground amongst a circle of people who moving their boots forward in life. That's it. That's really what I believe. It ain't easy, but neither is land nav, like me and Whiskey Charlie just discussed. If you don't do it enough,
yeah. Hey, look.
if you don't put your feet on the ground going to something positive for yourself enough, you're gonna keep getting the bolo. You're gonna keep getting the no-go. You have to keep putting your boots on the ground.
Hey, look. Hey, fuck that no go. I told
Hold
an
on, keep
individual at
going,
work
Whiskey
today.
Charlie. I gotta grab my water.
Yeah. Well, I told an individual at work the other day that he had a no go, and he looked at me like I was stupid. Like, what the hell's a no go? I was like, hey, that means you didn't pass, brother. Hey, but look, you can't let the no goes get in your way. I think I remember seeing a comment on either Facebook or maybe a TikTok comment the other day. It said if you focus in on the negatives, it's going to be a negative, guys. You got to focus on the positives. If you focus more on the positives of what you got going on in your life and what you're doing when you hit the boots on the ground, you focus on those. Yeah, look at that. Drink water. But yeah, if you focus more on the positives than you do the negatives when you hit the boots on the ground, it's going to be a more successful track from you. I think one of the things that I was talking to Big Sarge over here earlier was that we all got that crawl, walk, and run phase, right? And if you focus on the positives, you can straight up get from the crawl stage to the run stage in your life when you have your boots on the ground. No matter what situation you got going on, you can skip those certain stages in your life. Maybe when you got out of basic training. I know. Again, I felt like I went from a I don't know if it was considered a crawl. I was probably belly up at the time, but then I got out of basic training and went straight into a walk because I established. I came out and I was like, look, I got to get a job. I got to find out what I'm going to do. I got to put a purpose in my life, and then I think that was my walk stage, and where I picked up into my run stage is like I got myself out of the area that I was living in, that I didn't feel like there was opportunities to move to Houston. And from that point, it opened up a lot of things for me because that's where I ended up finding my career at. I work at Home Depot and I'm a manager, but never did I ever think that it was going to be at this point in life that I was just going to be be with doing retail. I thought I was going to be either a police officer. I thought I was going to be something along that line. And I think, opened up my eyes whenever the company that I was working for before I went overseas gave me my sick time, my personal time, paid me half my check while I was overseas. I was like, man, this company is willing to take care of me. Then why not come back and give them my full potential like they gave me their full potential?
Man, that's so powerful because as you were saying that at the end about Home Depot, and Sean Connor said, Sean Connor, man, you got a dope name, don't you? I'm thinking of Sean Connery, but Sean Connor, that's you got a dope name, bro. Like,
yeah,
I know Drill Sergeant gave you a hard time, but since we don't go by first names, you was good if you was in the military or not. But I just Sean Connor, like that's almost two first names too. But that's just like my name is Bond, James Bond. So I like that, Sean Connor.
Hey, Big Sarge, that was one of my employees I was talking to you about that I was talking to about prior to this talking about trying to better himself, move his way up. Man, I tell you what, you're talking about a guy to look up to, respectful, young gentleman that is put 100% effort in everything he does, and man, I tell you what, you can call him anytime. He drops everything he's doing, and he comes in and he puts 150% in every day. So that guy right there is, I look up to him, even though that he's an associate of mine. But yeah, I can definitely see this guy going far, man. He can do anything he wants to.
That's what's up, man. That's dope. Thanks for tuning in, Sean. I ain't gonna ever forget that, Sean Connor. That's a dope name. I thought Ethan Smith was bad. Not when I was young. I thought it was horrible. I thought it was the worst thing ever. But Sean Connor, and they say you become the company you keep. And if you two guys are operating and talking to one another, then he has no choice but to go far because you are already moving far, and y'all gonna help each other continue to excel. So that's pretty dope, man. I like that. You said so much, and I know I lost my train of thought when I started talking about Sean's name and how nice it was.
Hey, stop getting turned on over there, Big Sarge.
Hey
Okay.
man, he keep putting these black hearts. I'm wondering why he's sending these black hearts. You know I'm black over here. I don't know if Sean Connor is he trying to mesmerize you with his name and these black hearts. What happens in the field stays in the field. Okay. No.
That's right. That's right. Hey, Man Love Thursdays is around the corner.
But it's Sunday though, bro. We gotta let that go. And I'm gonna forget by Thursday. I ain't doing that.
We may have to start broadcasting the show on Thursdays just for Man Love Thursdays. Come on.
Nah. Then we gonna have all your homeboys that was over in Iraq when we was doing all the detainee searches tuning in on the page. And you remember who was that, Snyder or
no.
Water had to grab a hold
old balls, old balls. Man, I remember holding. Look, y'all probably haven't heard the story, but there's a quick story right here. Look, we were doing detainee odds. We were out there searching detainees before we put them on our old MRAPs and get them loaded up to ship them off over to wherever the hell they were going. But we were household security while one of my fellow battles was over there doing the searching. And of course, you start from the head and you work your way down. And he's searching his beard and he goes all the way down. Then he reaches over there beside his knee and he's going up. And then he gets not even a quarter inch away from his knee. And he looks up and he goes, "Hey, son, no, bro, like, who is this guy?" He's like, "This guy should be in a porno. He should be in prison."
Oh my God, man. Didn't the dude kind of look at him and smile?
Yeah.
Like?
Yes, he did. He did. He looked back and smiled at him.
Yeah, he said, "I'm on the ground with it, old guy. Don't even worry about it."
Hey, we called old balls grapefruits. Remember, shit, he was impressed by this dude, so he's hung low.
Oh my God, man. That was a good time in Iraq. And again, man, we all back at home, safe, boots on the ground, fighting our way, making our way through life, man. We have a lot of first experiences in life, and we talking about our first experience, boots on the ground at our reception station for basic training to join the military. Y'all done had boots on the ground, your reception station for high school, entering the 9th grade. The first time you walked through those doors, that thought that you had when you put boots on the ground for the first time going to high school, that thought that you had when you put boots on the ground going to your first job or the job that you wanted, that thought that you had when you bought your own first car. You like, this is my car. I'm finna go when I want to go, move how I want to move. We put boots on the ground at a whole bunch of different ages and stages of our life. And every day that you wake up, you might not be wearing boots, but every day your feet hit the ground, you got to hit the ground running towards something that you want to succeed at. I've realized and I've learned another thing that the Army showed me. Good, bad, or indifferent. It may not always work, but in order to be successful, you must have a plan. And if you do not plan, you plan to fail. So if you waking up in the morning and your boots is hitting the ground and you don't know how it's going down, what your mission is supposed to be for that day, you might just be the reason that things are getting in the way. We might be in our own way because we have to plan attack the day. No matter how much the Army could have got on our nerves at times or your job get on your nerves at times, they keep their schedule on your mind. Army, I said it earlier, it's hurry up and wait. But when they say move, you put your boots on the ground and you execute. Now in life, ain't nobody telling you what you do. You got to do you. You got to put your boots on the ground and keep running after the best version of you. That's what you called to. Whether you a grunt or you supporting the grunt, because the ones that support the grunts, they the ones that really go through. For real, for real.
As grunts, what we're always challenging people to at most, to whether it's fucking up vehicles or getting ourselves fucked up. So, they got the biggest challenge of it all. Hey, what the fuck? What the hell were you thinking when you did this?
Yeah. So I want to keep it honest at time, and I think we've expressed some fun and had some fun and talked about some things that was on our mind. Whiskey Charlie, do you have anything else you want to drop for the people before I close us out tonight?
Hey, you guys, appreciate y'all for whoever's listening in. Make sure that you drop a like, share, and make sure you're commenting. If you had any type of experience, we definitely like to feed off that and maybe start our next show with something that a topic that you may want to bring up that you want to talk about. I know something that I was going to talk to Big Sarge about is and that we all enjoy is a little bit of enjoyment of talking about maybe your favorite weapon that you shot in the military, or what type of experience you had in that, because we all love our guns. We all love the experience of, hey, maybe it was to me, I love throwing grenades, man. The experience of throwing a grenade. Hey, maybe you was a Claymore type of guy. Maybe you was a Mark 19. Hey, let's hear it from y'all. I want to hear something from y'all that something that you enjoyed shooting or blowing up while you were in. But outside that, you guys, hey, please make sure you like, share, and comment on these things for us, so we can know where we need to go from here. Because we're trying to make this thing big. We're trying to reach out to all of our fellow battles out there. We're trying to reach out to our battles out there that need that help. What the hell are you doing? Who the hell are you talking to?
You keep saying we trying. I ain't trying to do shit. We doing it. We might not be good at it right now, but we doing it.
Hey,
that's what I was saying. What I was saying it loud.
Okay. There you go. Hey, look, much respect, definitely. Hey, we are going to make this thing successful. We're going to be the best that is out there, and we're going to help everybody and anybody out there that needs the advice that we have from two different experiences in the military, from early, I guess you would say early 90s. Big Sarge,
late 90s. 99 was my first go around. 99.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Late 90s, and of course I was later in the 2000s enlisting and stuff like that. But we just want to make sure we share our experience, and we want to hear everybody else's experience and see where you're at and see what you're doing, and seeing how we can help you, because we're all here. We're battles for life, you guys. So make sure you're in there chiming in, and if you didn't join and you're in here just watching, hey, learn something.
Hey, ditto to what he said. Like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to go to our YouTube channel at Speak Grunt. Make sure you subscribe to that, because as we continue to get further and move further, especially with our background personnel, I ain't gonna say no names, aka DJ Knox, who makes sure we stay on point and do what we need to do. We're gonna be streaming mainly live on YouTube as we continue to work out the kinks and the things that we go through. But that don't have nothing to do with you. But like, share, and subscribe. Go to the YouTube channel today. Subscribe there anyway, and it's gonna be coming straight to you right in your face from YouTube. Comment down below, like Whiskey Charlie said before. Please, 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 and I ain't gonna ask too many more times because it ain't gonna come across my mind. But if you have some ideas that come across your mind that you would like to talk about one time, drop it down in the comment line. Help a grunt out today so we can see this thing go all the way where we need to go, so people can say what they want to say. Yo, Speak Grunt, that thing changed my life in some way. So share, 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 share. As I like to say on my Instagram page, share with 7 friends and 7 strangers. That's it. That's all I ask. So this has been, I'm not gonna let it go right now. And this has been Grunt Speak Grunt. By grunts, for grunts, where everybody is welcome, but everybody cannot and will not be a member. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have a blessed and wonderful Sunday, man. Also, I want to ask y'all too, because I'm looking in the chat and there's things going on. And it's, a lot of interaction, things like that. What time worked for you, especially on the coast that you on? I know you could watch later, but we like that live interaction too. And don't forget, shoot Whiskey Charlie a direct message or put it in the Grunt Speak comments so we can bring you on the show too. Y'all have a blessed and wonderful day. That's it. That's all I got to say. Peace. See you later, Thomas.